So I have another question, which is that how then have you found as a pioneer in the way we're talking about, how has this fit in with traditional Zen practice? Because I see you also as somebody who really strives to remain true to your tradition. You're not just grabbing some Buddhism and running off into a whole new direction. I mean, you're really, I think, also rooted in the traditional practice. How do these integrate?
Well, it's true. I'm still at heart a traditionalist, but a kind of maverick or rebel. How I see Big Mind supporting tradition is when someone does Big Mind, immediately they're able to sit better. And to sit with less identification to the self and therefore to the mind and to their thoughts. And almost immediately after an hour of Big Mind work, they're able to sit in a deeper samadhi, deeper silence, because the thoughts just come and go. And particularly if they use the technique, like when they sit down and take their posture and do their swaying back and forth and then get into it and they say, may I speak to the non-seeking or non-grasping mind, or the non-seeking and non-grasping mind, and they say, okay, I am now the non-seeking mind. And then they just sit. And they see that immediately they don't need to seek enlightenment. They're in the present, they're in the here and now, and they're allowing everything to the thoughts and emotions and feelings to come and go. And they're not being hooked by them, they're not being trapped by them, they're not being dragged around by them, and they're not being brought into thinking about the past or dwelling on the future or whatever. They're really in a place where they're ever present and just sitting, and what we call in Japanese, shikantaza, to just sit. There's another term we use in Japanese Zen called mushotoku, which means to sit in the mind that has no goal and no aim. And the way that traditionally we did it was we would tell the student, sit without a goal or an aim. But immediately the goal or the aim was to sit without the goal or aim. So they stayed in the seeking mind, seeking how to be non-seeking. And this is really, I think, the brilliance of the Big Mind work. The moment the practitioner or person identifies as the non-seeking mind, I am the non-seeking mind, I'm the non-grasping mind, and then just sits, they're not seeking to be non-seeking. They are non-seeking. And then from that place, they can actually watch the seeking mind do its thing. They can observe it, they can witness it, they can see it trying to seek, but they're not identified with it any longer. Therefore, they can easily drop the seeking.